the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets made a massive pre-draft deal. The Nets send Malik Bridges and a 2026 second-round pick to the Knicks for forward Marjan Bogdanovic, 4 unprotected first-round picks for 25, 27, 29, 31 season, 2025 projected first-round pick from Milwaukee, and a 2025 second-round pick, and a 2028 unprotected pick swap. Man, that was intense. It's also leading to a little bit something else that people are starting to jump on board with, making t-shirts with. It's leading people to change the name from the New York Knicks to the Villanova Knicks, as this teams up Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo, all who played on the 2018 national championship team. That is an awesome story. What do you guys think about that move? That was a lot to give up for Mikal Bridges, though.
Bro, 8 picks. There goes the Knicks' future. They better be winning right now.
Yeah, Steven, get the tissue boxes, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude,
I like the pick.
I like the trade because you're putting you're going with the theory that they won a national championship back in 2017, 2018, whichever it was, and you're like, okay, so maybe they could win an NBA championship together. You know, that's the theory that they got. They're even looking at Kyle Lowry to bring him in as a vet, and he's a Villanova cat. So I do like the theory of it. It's just that you gave up 8 picks for him. So your future is going down the drain. You really need to win from now to 3 to 5 years, right? And then when you look at the roster and how it's going to be constructed, you traded away 8 picks for this guy, so you're going to have to put him in the starting lineup. Now you just you're going to re-sign OG Anunoby for 5 years, $12 million, and you still got Julius Randle, you got Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. So it's either you're thinking about playing with 6 men on the court versus 5, or who's going to be the 6 man that's going to come off the bench. And I know it's not going to be OG because he's going to just be the defensive stopper for the other team's best player. He can't really score at will like that. It's not going to be Josh Hart because he can't score like will like that either, and they're going to need his rebounds if Julius Randle's playing at the 5. That's small 5 right there. So Dante DiVincenzo, you're going to expect him to come off the bench and score 20 points a game? I could see it. I could see that it does happen.
I'm not mistaken. Didn't he come off the bench at Villanova in that championship series, anyways? Though
I don't think he played in the championship. I think he was injured, but he did come off the bench for the Knicks the first half of the season. So the first half of this season.
Well, and we're saying all this though too, and this is also despite the fact that Isaiah Hartenstein's a free agent, and he was, he wasn't a star for the team, but he was definitely, you could say, a key part of that rotation. And if you lose him, you've got OG, you got, like you said, but you got Julius now playing the 5. That's a small 5. Like, at what cost? Not only are you losing 8 draft picks, but you're also potentially missing out on a chance to re-sign a key part of that rotation. So,
I'm going to make a bold prediction here, and I think this might possibly happen just because of the theme that's been going on. Is that Tibbs is going to be out next year, and they're going to go get Jay Wright. Jay Wright's been sitting on the sideline watching basketball. These are all his boys. They're still extremely close. It makes perfect sense. He's young enough. He's got the look for New York. He's a Villanova guy. It's right outside the area. It would be he's a Big East guy, So like it would be the absolutely perfect fit if you wanted to continue this Villanova thing. Now that you've got damn near the whole team on there, why would you not get the coach who they all love and respect? They talk about it all the time. And let's face it, Tibbs has always been a guy that will grind hard, grind your player down, unfortunately. And then on top of it, too, you'll probably make the second round. You might make some good runs. Damn good coach, but just he can never get it done, it seems like. So why not go get somebody that's a fresh face and these guys all know and love?
Yeah, and that's the thing that, again, it's kind of been the general theme of this discussion has been cohesion, chemistry with your team, with your coaching staff. And the more that I've seen it, the more I've watched NBA over the years, the more I've just kind of seen how important that is. Like, you don't want to keep blowing things up and getting new pieces in. You want to get guys that are kind of familiar with each other. Yes, and we'll talk about this in the draft too. Like, you want to get bring guys in that are the best player, but also too, if they have somebody on the team that knows them, knows how to work with them, I think that's something that can really make a big difference for a team moving forward. And, you know, like that's one thing why with the Magic, like I like the young core that they have because they've been together for 2-3 years now. You've got brothers on the same team. So like talk about cohesion right there. They played so well together. So I think the Knicks strategy, it's interesting. And if you can, I'm intrigued by the potential of, you know, seeing an all Villanova team, possibly bringing in, you know, if they do bring in their head coach, that's incredible.
I think that one makes the most sense because he's young enough. He left because he just wanted to spend some time with the family. He's been out of the game, I think, for like 3 years. That's generally when coaches start getting that itch again and seeing all his guys. I don't think he's ever been a head coach in the NBA, but he's well respected in the league. It wouldn't like be like a one of those hires that you're like, oh, really? That's all you could get. He would be a front runner for any position if he decided to come back.
Yeah.
And he's in the top 5. I could be wrong that I'm pretty sure of college coaches of all time, at least top 10. You know, and so I think that would be the perfect little fit in this. And what else I think is kind of interesting about what the Knicks are doing in this situation, they all have guys that are all relatively minimal contracts. The only ones that are really going to be demanding money out of this one is they just signed, which we were just talking about. George alluded to OG Anunoby just re-signed 5 years, 212. He's going to be a little bit of money. You got Brunson, and then Julius Randle. His contract is almost expiring, if I'm not mistaken. So you're not really paying that many guys. They can maybe even lure in an actual legit free agent with what they got, the chemistry got going on there in the young core. Like they're all young players too. OG's only 27, so like they don't really have an old guy on the team. I'm pretty sure that the Hartenstein's going to resign too, if I'm not mistaken. They haven't announced yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to probably get him back.
There's a couple other teams that are looking at him, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can get those back and then bring in, they have the cap space to bring in a legit, you know, and we got free agents coming up on Monday, so that's going to be another episode coming up here soon, but we'll get into that a lot more in the coming week. But I mean, what about Durant? That's always been the rumor there, you know, Durant with those young guys or whatever. That's a Durant move.